Call Laim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash. Peace and blessing to the sincere men, women, and children, diligently in the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, making a call and election sure. This is McQuarrie from the Trump and VA camp. I'm going to get right into it. So, I'm doing a lesson on what is our mission. Okay, I see a lot of guys talk about the mission is to seal the elect, but Yahushua never said that, and Yahushua never said it, so that's not the mission. But I'm gonna go into the definition of mission. Mission. It says an important assignment carried out for political, religious, or commercial purposes, typically involving travel. And it says the second one, it says the vocation or calling of a religious organization, especially a Christian one, to go out into the world and spread its faith. Now that's the mission. Okay, almost word for word. To go out into the world and spread its faith. That's almost word for word the mission. And that word mission right there was just the regular Google definition. So it said spread faith. So I'm gonna go look up the etymology of faith. It says faithfulness to a trust or a promise, loyalty to a person, honesty or truthfulness. Okay, now it says spreading faith in the definition, and this right here says faithfulness, going into faith, faithfulness to a trust or a promise, and that's literally what we're out here pushing. That's our mission, to spread the faith. And what is the faith? What is that promise? Right? I'm gonna get into the promise, then I'm gonna get into the mission first. This is John. Matter of fact, let's get the mission. Let's get the promise in Romans. Okay, let's get in John. John 3:16. For Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, Yahushai, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Now this is a covenant, a promise. Okay. Now let's go to our mission. Matthew 24 and verse 14. It says, but this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Because that's the mission. Our mission is for the end to come. Our mission is for this place to be finished and we can go home. Okay, so we can go home, get back to that ruler seat. This is I'm gonna read this and come back to that. This is Daniel chapter 2 verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms and shall stand forever. So this is end game. This is what we all want. Okay. So in order to get to an end game, you gotta carry out a mission. Okay. And the end is going to come right here, back over here, Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, which I don't think I went into this, but I'm pretty sure the word nations is going into ethnos. Matthew 24. Yeah, ethnos, which is talking about ethnicity, which is going to the Israelites. So it says, in this gospel, the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So, because like I said, a lot of guys say, oh, the mission is to seal the elect. Nah, that ain't it. And this is what they grab. Revelation chapter 7, and I'm going to start at 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding four winds, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. So it says the destruction is going to come when the elect are sealed. Okay. But this isn't talking to us. This is amongst the angels. Okay. But at the same time, that's not our mission. Matthew 24 chapter is Yahweh Shai specifically telling the disciples. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start up. Matthew 24 and verse 3. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us when shall these things be, and tell us what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world. So they pulled Yahushua to the side privately and asked him, and then he started going into all of this. But the point on this being that he specifically told them that once the gospel is preached, then the end will come. Okay, so the gospel has to be preached to the end will come. Because like I said, guys say, oh, this is all about the elect. That's a lie. Okay, and I'm gonna prove that. Now the elect needs the elect. First off, the elect are already sealed because the elect has been the elect since the beginning of time. But the only thing is missing is that the gospel has to go out into all the people. Okay, for a specific reason. This is John 15 and verse 22. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. So Yahweh Shai is literally saying right here, before I came and showed them the true way, they they wouldn't have sinned. There would have been no wrong. Okay, but now that I've come and I've shown them the proper way, and then they rejected me. Now here's the sin. Now we got the problem. Okay, but the whole point is, this was talking about what Yahweh Shai preaching the gospel unto our people, because we know he had to be rejected and suffer many things. Okay, and that's prophecy that had to happen. Okay, because ultimately all our people have to get a chance to hear this first. Okay, Yahweh Shai is not just going to bring down destruction while you still got our people who didn't actually get a chance to hear this first, which by definition, by the way these guys break it down, once the elected sealed is over. So if you want to put it that way, you can have some elected sealed, and then you can have some so-called 2/3 who didn't even hear the gospel yet. The end can't come because they haven't heard it. Ezekiel 9 and verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, Salaki, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. So as you see it right here, he says, go through the midst of Jerusalem, all our people. Okay. Now he says specifically the ones that's going to get down with this are going to get the salvation, and the ones that don't, they're going to get judgment. But again, what is this talking about? Both parties hearing this. The ones that are going to get salvation and the ones that are not. Because Yahweh Shemi Shai is just. He's going to give everybody a chance to get their chance. Okay. You can even look at all the heathens. He even gave all the heathens a chance to rule. And the scriptures keep going into it over and over and over, everybody's going to get a chance to hear this. Everybody's going to get a chance. This is Matthew chapter 5. John 5 and 28. Marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, and the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice. Now, all that are in the graves shall hear his voice is talking about Israel. And let me see. This is Revelation chapter 8 and Revelation 11:8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of that great city, which is spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Now those dead bodies represent the grave, okay? Dead bodies and uh, the people lying in their graves is talking about the nation of Israel. Just like over here, Ezekiel 30:72, it says, and caused me to pass by. This is Ezekiel, basically in a vision, with Hamashiach, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there was very many in open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. And again, this is talking about people being in the graves, or people being dead spiritually. But back over here, John 5 and verse 28, marvel not at this, for the hour is coming, in the which all that are in the graves shall hear his voice. So it says, all that in the graves, all of the nation of Israel are going to get a chance to hear this. It says, and shall come forth they that have done good unto the resurrection of life, and they that have done evil unto the resurrection of damnation. So again, it's talking about the left hand side and the right hand side. Everybody getting a chance to hear this. Okay. Let me see. This is Acts chapter 1 verse 8. But you shall receive power. After that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me, both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in all Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. And again, this is going into what? The gospel, going into giving all our people a chance to hear this. Because that's the mission. When the gospel is pushed to all our people, that's when Jacob's trouble is popping up. Acts 22 and 15. For thou shalt be a witness unto all men of what thou hast seen and hast heard. And there it goes again, that witness. Okay. And that witness goes back to the testimony goes into the word witness. Okay, we're a witness unto who? Yahweh Shemel Shah, and that's prophecy. This is Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahushua, which is testimony goes into witness. So the witness of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so when we're preaching the gospel, when we're speaking on behalf of Yahweh Shem Yahushua as far as him being raised from the dead, dying for our people to give us a chance to come back. That's spirit of prophecy. Okay, which goes back to what Isaiah 61, Daniel 12, uh, Ezekiel 37, which we just read. That's prophecy. That's spirit of prophecy. The testimony of Yahushua. Matthew's 28 and 19. It says, "Go ye therefore and teach all nations," which I'm pretty sure this is talking about again, ethnos, all our people, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahushua, and the Holy Spirit, we call Kadash, teaching them to observe all things whatsoever I have commanded you, and lo, I am with you always, even unto the end of the world. Amen. So again, this is we're being told to what? Go preach the gospel to all our people. Okay, then the end is going to come. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake. And this is again, that dust is that low, our people in that low state, being spiritually dead. Some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Again, the left hand side and the right hand side. Now it says, and they that be wise on the right hand side shall shine as bright as the firmament, and they that turn to the righteousness as the stars forever and ever. Now that light is talking about the gospel. That light is talking about Yahushua. Okay, because he's that light. And he said when that light isn't supposed to be hid, it's supposed to be put on a hill. Okay, that light is supposed to light up the whole house. It's for all our people to get this. We all gotta have a chance to get this. This is Matthew 22 and verse 9. It says, "Go ye therefore into the highways, and bid as many as ye shall find to the marriage." So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all, as many as they found. See, they gathered everybody. There, anybody they could find, they pushed the gospel to, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man on which had not on a wedding garment. And he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, for many are called, but few are chosen. So all our people are going to be called unto this. All our people, and when I say called unto it, all our people are going to get a chance to hear this. Okay, then you're going to have people who are going to be called to do this work. Okay, but their garments are not going to be a wedding garment. Their garments are not going to be fit for the kingdom, right? That goes back into the guy who's going to be saying, Lord, Lord. Okay, they're going to show up, but it's like, I never knew you. That's why he's like, yo, man, how'd you get in here? Because he came up some other way. But I guess by him coming up the other way, he didn't get a chance to see what everybody in the party was wearing white. He showed up wearing a different color. So they're like, yo, man, how'd you get up in here? Everybody else got invitation. They know the war white, and you coming up when you wearing orange. You're not supposed to be here? How'd you get here? And they bounced them all up out of there. But the whole point on that was what? All our people are going to get a chance to hear this. Let me get one more. 2 Corinthians 5 and 10. It says, For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Hamashiach, everyone may receive the things done in his body according to that he have done, whether it be good or bad. So all of our people are going to have to be is going to have to be judged for what they have done, and everybody's going to you're going to have everybody, and the only way you can get only way you're going to get judged is if you knew the difference between left and right, and everybody's going to get a chance to hear this. Okay, the people who wake up unto everlasting life, they do what they're supposed to do, and the people who are going to wake up and they're going to go down to the path and be destroyed. But again, this all goes back to what all our people are going to get a chance to hear this. But Lord willing, that was edifying. With that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekal, Kadash, Adawan, Ratizah, Tam, Tamayim, Aki, and Wa, Akwafi, Mikal. Shalom.